is malfunctioning. Get to an escape pod.
Escape pod ready for launch.
Come on. We have to get out of here.
Hey everybody, it's Doug here, back with the second episode of our playthrough of Vantage, and we're getting ready to continue on with our adventures. Now, we haven't had much of an adventure yet. Most of the first episode was set up, and I appreciate that. Just a couple of announcements. The new episode of The Station is going to go live on Saturday, so please check that out and give it a watch. Also, if you want to, you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a link to a YouTube channel called The Greatness Forge. I post a lot of other types of content there, content that I can do when I'm on the road, stuff like that. It's driven around music video work and storytelling like the Station series. But today we're getting back into our playthrough, and I'm really excited about this. I saw some interesting comments. One of them was was rather negative, but I got the point. And I understand it. I think for me, when I play games like this, I kind of make up a lot of the story in my own head anyway. So I didn't notice that until someone pointed it out. But they're not wrong. The story segments in this are pretty brief and to the point. But I don't know. I like it. Okay, so here we are. We know that we wandered into this place. Remember, we were on this snowy, frozen landscape, and we wandered into this facility here where we were going to do some stuff. It says you've seen computer mainframes before, but nothing close to the scale. I thought, though, that perhaps before we investigate the location, we might want to try and do some stuff that we can do. For example, I have one of these tokens. We could attempt to master something before we go into this and use our player skill and then go and do this. Remember, the turn structure is such that you can only take one action in the location, but you can do a bunch of stuff in the location towards your mission goals or towards your character goals. So I think we're going to do that. Since we do have a token to spend, a skill token to spend on that, I'm not really clear yet, because I haven't played enough of it, on the best way to get more skill tokens, but I think we're going to do this. So how does this work? Well, we got Master. It is a look skill, so we're going to use the look token, and we're going to go to 1437, which is our character number, 1437, in the look storybook. So let's get that out. First, I'm just going to tell you what the skill check is. It's probably going to be pretty high. I think some of these ones, my experience, limited experience so far, is that these do tend to be pretty high. So 1437, it's 5. It's a 5 skill level. I mean, I could end the game in one shot. I only got one token to spend on that and no place to put anything. I do have some ability to reroll, though, so that's okay. So, and it basically says, 1437, master some survival skills. You may perform this action at most once per game. Okay. You master some survival skills. Okay, well, let's do that. We're going to spend this for sure. Let's get the dice out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we know we have 5 dice right now. We're going to spend this skill token to reduce one of those. That's good. We got 4 dice. And we really can't do anything beyond that. So hopefully we don't die right here. We could literally end the game right here, but I don't think we will. Okay, this is my roll. Let me get this in the camera for you. This isn't great. This is actually really bad. I need to do something somehow with this. I think that we're going to have to spend one of our cool cubes, here, to re-roll that heart. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put this one aside and put these 3 aside. I'm going to re-roll a heart another heart, which means that we get a orange skill token because I rerolled the same thing. The problem is that's going to put us down to 1 health. That's kind of scared me. We got 2 of the orange skill tokens. Do I take... I guess I don't have much of a choice. Well, I can spend another cube and reroll again. I think we're going to do that. I don't want to take 2 health. And so it's going to be a morale hit instead. Man, I was hoping to get either the put it back in the pool or the negative, but I'm not getting those. So I think that's going to be... This one's going to go into our challenge penalty box right there. Challenge dice penalty box. It's gone. If it was this symbol, it would go back to our active pool, but then minus is the best roll you can get, actually, in the game. Then we're going to lose a heart and 2 morale, so we're at 2 and 2. That was a bad thing, and then these are all going up into the pool up there to come back at some point. But we did succeed. Okay, well, that's not exactly how I wanted to go with this, but you master some survival skills. You may perform... Yeah, we got that. You master some skills that may help you to survive on this planet. Gain experience card 1456, 1 look and 1 help. That's a green and a look as a blue, or a look as a purple, the one we just got rid of. So we're going to get these 2 tokens, and then I got to get another card out. So let's do that. Here is our new skill. It says experience. Basically, it looks like we're learning to make fire or something. We do have 2 slots. That's good. This one actually gives us... does it do damage? I think it gives us a health. I have to look that up. And again, you can see that this is specifically for this character. It holds 3 of these. We don't get any at the start, but it says, if full at the end of your turn, you must lose this card and gain these tokens. Okay. You may then replace your character You may then replace your character with 1443, so it's like an experienced character when we fill this up. Okay, that's cool. So we get to put this in our gear grid. I'm going to put this right here. Doesn't really matter, but I guess it may matter. I don't know if some cards it matters where they are, some cards it doesn't. But to fill this up, we have to put these symbols, these dice, when we're using this skill, we have to put a die there. Well, then we'll start to fill it up. When we get to 3, we'll get to get something special. So you can see you build up in this game. However, I did use a number of our tokens to accomplish that, and took a lot of damage. But now we've done that action. Now we're back at here. So I think now that we have 2 orange dice, or 2 orange skills, I think we're going to do this one. That seems like the right one to do. We're going to sync with the server. How cool is that? That's right down our alley. That's our skill thing that we know how to do well. So we're going to get out the book for that. That's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, that's Engage. We have the Engage skill book right here. And we're going to go to entry 580. And again, I'm not going to show you any of the other entries. If you're wondering why I'm not showing the book, because I don't want to spoil any of the game for you at all. So we're just going to look at the thing that we're going to be doing. So, wow, 580, it's a big one. Sync, it's a 4 skill check. Yeah, so there's 4 dice left in the pool. This isn't a bad thing for us, actually. We're going to spend both of those, though, in order to... We'll put 2 of these back, and then we're just going to roll 2, because I don't want to take too much damage. Let's see, we get a time. Okay, this one's great. This just goes back. This one spends our first time. We'll just eat that. And then this goes back. So there's 2 dice left in our pool. But then we get to read the entry for 580. Not a terrible loss there. Sync with the mainframe. A surge of information whips through your mind. Memories from 1,000 lives of 1,000 circuit sentience. Schematics for technology beyond your comprehension. Research on the sentience and regions. And most recently, plans for breaking the tethers of this planet and conquering other worlds. Gain 1 boost. That's good. And Destiny 1606. Place it in the center and then continue. Okay, so we have a place for our destinies, but we got to get, before we do that, that's going to be 1606, but we also get a boost cube. That is fantastic. That goes on our main character right here, so we get a 2nd boost. And then I have to get card 1606 out. Holy moly, check this out. It's a gold destiny. It says upgrade into a spaceship. Upgrade vehicles until you have a fully functional spaceship. If you do, you may complete this destiny by reading 1606 in the Book of Secrets. The destiny card goes right up in here. So we have learned how to build a spaceship. And you can have more than 1 destiny, is my understanding. So we know how to build a spaceship. We freed up some stuff. Now here's the question. If I'm at 2 health right now, If I go back to 1613, I'm going to take another health damage. I'm thinking that we're not going to do that. I think we're going to try and sneak out this northern way here by going there, which means we go to 580 in the book in the travel book and see what happens. I think that's what we're going to do. Now remember, you can only, in a game, unless it tells you otherwise, you can only ever do one of these once per game. So we cannot go back to 580 and see what else happens. That also adds to the replayability, which is super cool, I think, and gives you the ability to do a ton of cool stuff. So as I wreck my board here, I wanted to get the storybook out. So this is the correct storybook. Depart storybook. We're going to go to entry 580. Now it does cost us 1. We know that. So let's just take care of that now. We'll We'll use a move token and not roll a die, since we have enough move skills to do that. So we're not going to roll any dice, and then we're going to go to 580 and see what happens when we travel from there north. Oh, it says. Wait, is that the right way? Yeah, that's... Oh, no, that's not 1. Sorry, take it back. My bad. It is a 3. This one is 580 travel, because we're not traveling on the beaten path. If we know where we're going, it's only 1, but otherwise it's the skill check. So it is going to be a movement of 3. We're going north. It says trudge. 3 trudge north. I'm going to use both of these move tokens and only roll 1 die. That could be risky, but it's okay, I think. I'd rather not take the damage. We're already damaged. We've got to get some healing back in us or something. A star. Well, here's the good news. No, not good news. Never mind. I am just going to have to take a morale hit. I'm down to a morale of 1. And knocking all kinds of things around. That's fun. And then we're going to move on. So we're going northwards. And where's that going to take us as we go north? Trudge north after exiting out a side panel. Pocketing an item as you leave that you might aid your travel. The ice skates will be useful in the frozen north. Gain item 951 and exit to 618. So I got 2 things to do. I'll be right back. Here is card 951. You see there's a bunch of stuff on here that we can do. We do have 2 more slots if we actually use this, where it says slide is the thing we have to place there. It prevents us from sliding, apparently. It also has the star if we're using a overpower. And we can spend 2 cubes from here to gain one of these a engaged skill. And we can also do this, upgrade into a vehicle, replace this with the sand skiff. Now if we do that, we get 1 closer to our spaceship. Ice skates to a spaceship, it's a stretch, but I'll take it. We're going to put that one, we'll just put it, since it's skates, we'll put it down at the bottom. Those are ice skates. We can't do anything with it yet, really. We got to add on to it, like as you've seen, but we also get to move here to 618. Oh no, we're going to continue to suffer this. This might be a short game. I might have to play again. We suffered another damage. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, here's these symbols do mean something, but we're not going to worry about it until we have to deal with something. 2 giant masks are built into, see them up there? They're really big. Are built into the rocky outcropping. Wires extending from their mouths. Speakers crackle on, and odd, garbled voices fill the air. We have choices. We can approach, we can translate, we can boast, we can offer, we can extract, or we can attack. What do we got in skills? We have these 3 skills. So, offer, translate, and extract. We could extract one of the masks. That's probably going to give us something. That seems like a pretty good idea. What do you think? Extract? We haven't done that yet. I got some rerolls. I got to get these dice off of here, but let's do that. We're going to do extract. So we're going to, that is going to be a take story. So we're going to extract something from 618. Let me go to the book and we'll see what happens. It's a 2. So we're going to spend, there's only 1 die left. So we just have to roll this 1 die and then we're good. We don't actually pull them out. It's a kind of a little advantage, I think. And then we got another morale hit. Do I want to re-roll that? No, because it could be worse. So I'm not going to re-roll it, but all of our dice come back to the pool, and so does this. I don't think anything else happens. I'm going to double check. If you don't place it down here in the grid, place it here and suffer its penalty. Yeah, and then create. I think we just get our pull back and all the dice come off. I think that's all that really happens. But I'm going to double check that in the rules just to be sure. Okay, I am glad I read that because we would have actually had to roll 2 dice, but to save ourselves an extra die, I'm going to spend that skill token like we had suggested. Now we get to go, so there's nothing else you do, you just refresh all the dice, which is actually a pretty big boon if you've been using the dice on your cards. So again, 618 is going to, we did extract, we did succeed at that, a cord from one of the masks. The one mask goes silent, and the other mask actually seems grateful that they're the only voice in the room. A panel opens in the rock, and out slides a small package, a gift, you presume. Gain item 869 and continue. 869, nice. All right, we get some medicine, y'all. How good is this? Okay, so basically, this comes with 3 charges on it when acquired. You can see that we can use these to place dice here, and we can, on a repair, we can do this one. We can just do this one if it's a green. And it says, if empty, this lose this card. So we'll get to do that. That's pretty good. We'll put that right here. I guess we'll put it here in the grid. I don't know if it matters or not, but we're going to put 3 tokens on here as it says when placed, and that is going to be good. And that is our time at 6:18. All right, that was interesting. Now we have a lot of choices. I'm worried that this Frozen North is going to keep damaging us until we lose. If I lose one more heart, it says when any token reaches 0, the mission read the mission entry in the Take storybook. So I have a feeling we're going to lose if we suffer one more point of damage. I don't know what to do here, honestly. I took a harder one on purpose. My bad, right? So I think we're in a cliffhanger. I'm going to keep these short. I think I'm going to end it there and leave you with what's going to happen next. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Let's see what happens to Emilian the Scholar next. We've learned how to make fire. We got to do that. We got a lot of stuff we got to do. We got a syringe, a medicine syringe as an item that we can use these cubes to do things with. It's pretty cool. I like it. It'll keep us from taking damage. We got a lot of card slots open, so we'll see how things go. Anyway, thanks a lot. Talk to you soon. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.